Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of August 29th and 30th of 2015. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Make sure you get my pay-per-view awesome September horoscope. This is a live event where you can talk with me in the chat room, be with a visual presentation where I go into astrology like you've never seen it before. We're going to go into the whole month of September. Do not miss it. theleoking.com. Click on events, pay-per-view. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter to understand where all the energy is for your weekend. And I'm sending you all my best energy. I'm sending you all my love and light. And I'm sending you everything that I can of positive energy. To me, to you, to the universe, to every little dog, and puppy, and kitten, and tiger, and elephant, oh, you know what I mean, in the world. And I'm putting the energy meter at the extreme position. That's because we are in a full moon in Pisces, and this one's a big one. This full moon is almost exactly conjunct Neptune. The moon in Pisces already, remember, is really all over the place. The emotions are very sensitive, and when you get it on top of Neptune, sensitivity to the extreme. Sure, if you want to be a clairvoyant or a psychic, this is amazing energy, but if you're just a person hanging out, you know what, it could feel very vulnerable. The fish is very vulnerable. I mean, think about fish. When you poke a fish, it's like, imagine, there's not a shield. It's like, ow! It's like, ow, I'm bleeding, you know? It's like fish are very sensitive. That's why they're slippery. That's their defense mechanism. And I think that there's a part of us this weekend that has to learn to use that defense mechanism of learning to slip around, go with the flow, not get so stuck on things. But you know what? There is the Sun and Jupiter opposing this in this full moon, and now we've had the Sun and Jupiter conjunct, and this is Jupiter and the Sun opposing Neptune. These are about these big realities, these big changes that we're making in our life to make the machine run better, to make our life run more efficient. But our sensitivities get in the way. And how do we not let our sensitivities, or being lost, or being misguided? This is going to highlight where you're misguided in your life about the life that you're redoing and changing. It is all coming down to this full moon weekend. Saturn is finishing in Scorpio. We are about 2 weeks away from Saturn leaving Scorpio. We are at endgame. We got Mercury now in Libra, conjunct the North Node for this full moon. This is about really understanding to find better balance in your life, letting go of an old identity of what you were, old identifications of self, old egos, your own old ego. Plus a full moon in Pisces lets go of the ego, trust me. And so does Virgo. Virgo does not like ego at all. It does not like excess. Jupiter in Virgo is kind of weird because it doesn't like excess at all. So I think that there's a lot about learning how to not let your sensitivities, or just learning how to navigate your sensitivities better and your intuitions better about the cold hard reality that we are in, and that the changes that you're making in your life. This is also Venus retrograde and Mars getting very close in a conjunction. And this is about, really starting to become clear on the new strengths that we're finding in re-understanding the value and the relationships of what we really love in our life, about how we move forward in that. So this is a very powerful full moon weekend, and the moon will come over Chiron on Sunday, which will highlight more sensitivities, more of some wounds. And I think that this is about learning to find a better balance in your life, to find a better understanding. We do have Pluto, which is making a nice sextile to the full moon and almost a trine. So there is support from it not being a psychological, mental brainstorm that's going to mess with you for the rest of your life. I think that this weekend is definitely just about facing where you've been misguided and how do you get your life back on track. In many ways, this is kind of where, the train has crashed spiritually for so long, never thought it could get back on tracks. But we find a way to get back on, and even though we're sensitive, even though we're facing deep fears, we find a way to get back on track and know what our heart really wants. The card of the weekend is the Two of Cups upright. This is going to highlight relationships very powerfully and deeper emotional connection. Being on the same playing field or the same level of emotions is so important this weekend, finding in partnerships, projects, or energies, or the connection you have with God and your higher self. This is about building a deeper, more emotional, compassionate, and forgiving. This is a full moon about forgiving relationship with yourself and the universe. Thanks so much for all the support. Make sure you join me for the pay-per-view event, which is on Monday, August 31st, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I think 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, UK time. Get it now, watch it now, get this event. I'll see you guys on Monday.